Alright guys, feeling a little under the weather, but we're just going to keep pushing on through. Now, this petition for Assassin's Creed Shadows that was started by a Japanese gamer has gotten almost 105,000 signatures, and this petition essentially is to cancel the release of this game in Japan. Again, there's not been a lot of recent news coming out about this game, but it is mired in controversy. I'm sure it'll just be a matter of days or a week or whatever until there's some new controversy, something that they've done to piss off the Japanese with this game, with their disrespect for Japanese people and their culture. But again, this game comes out in a couple months, and it is not looking good for Ubisoft. There's a lot of negativity surrounding it, and I just can't wait to see how they try to dig their way out of this one. But if you go back even further, look, like earlier this year, there was this crazy situation where Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, tried to say that their game Skull and Bones, which is essentially a stripped-down rip-off of their previous game, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, was a quadruple A game. That's how they wanted to sell this game, and I believe the retail price, the starting edition, was like $70. Now, if you recall, they did release the game for like 8 hours. You could play it and test it, essentially, and they've never released the numbers about how many people are currently playing it on Ubisoft. However, ironically enough, when I was doing my live stream a few days ago, somebody had mentioned it on Steam, and I'm like, wait a second, it's on Steam? And sure enough, I checked, and Skull and Bones, this quadruple A game from Ubisoft, is now on sale, released on Steam back on August 22nd, 22nd, with 533 mixed reviews, and you can pick it up for $24. Ouch. Now, of course, it'll go back to full price after September 5th, but we all know it's not going to stay $60. It'll drop down again. But hey, if you are going to pick up this game, take a look at it, even just to laugh at it, make sure you've got a good top-of-the-line gaming rig, or one that at least can run games competently. And Meta PCs can hook you up. They've got fantastic custom-built, pre-built PCs. I'm looking at Star Wars Outlaws here going, I'm not playing that game, but boy, it's pretty relevant given that we're going to talk about it in a minute. But yeah, go check it out. These guys are fantastic. They've got US-based tech support. They can answer any questions you have, and I've got a link down below with a discount code, so big shout out to Meta PCs. Go check them out. Now, Star Wars Outlaws, the most recent upcoming release from Ubisoft. It's in early access until, I want to say, tomorrow or the 30th. But right now, it is not looking good. One of the only outlets that came out and gave it a negative review was Eurogamer, surprisingly, and they just savaged this game. But we have seen time and time again that the access media, the shills, the games industry has tried to rally around this game and prop it back up. PC Gamer, notorious lying, if anybody's a grifter, they're a grifter. They're horrible as an outlet for any sort of actual news reporting on video games, says Star Wars Outlaws is the most Star Wars a Star Wars game has been since Star Wars Galaxies. Complete blatant lie. But again, this is just PC Gamer doing what they do. Veridark pointing out that a lot of the critics are also reviewing Star Wars Outlaws with fairly blatant use of AI or just being really bad at their jobs due to the fact that they have things like this from GameGrin, who gave it an 80 out of 100, says a huge open world game filled with Star Wars, and you don't have to force choke it, in all caps, to make it fun. I want to know what a huge open world game filled with Star Wars is exactly. But hey, they gave it an 80, so it's got to be good, right? Well, today we have seen massive issues with this game. Not just the bugs that we're going to get into in a minute, but the fact that they have now started instructing their players that due to a bug that will prevent you from progressing in the game, you have to download this patch on day one and start a new save file. So think about it this way, guys. This is a game that released in early access, regular edition for $70. The early access edition is like $110. So people have had this game for about a day and a half now, and they paid for the early access. Some of these guys, they could be streamers, they could be taking time off work, they might just be staying up all night and binging this game, and they paid $110, an extra $40 for the right, the privilege, the access of playing this game before anybody else did. And yet, we see crap like this where it says, to best experience the Outer Rim, we rolled out a maintenance to make sure everyone is playing the latest version of the game. As one of the players affected who had access to an older version of the game, we are aware you might be encountering some issues after this recent patch. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. To solve the issue, please make sure you're playing the correct version. Here's how to check your version, and once you've confirmed you have the latest version, please start a new save file to fully enjoy Star Wars Outlaws as our team intended. Now again, this is theft, guys. Whether you realize it or not, this is a form of theft. They have sold a product with bugs that we're going to look at in just a second, with the inability to actually progress in the game that you were sold for $110 and promised early access before anybody else could actually play it. And now you're basically being told all that time you invested, all that, the money that you spent on it was all wasted, right? Completely wasted. But hey, they have cute things in, like, you know, where you can point your blaster at your pet and pretend to kill it, and it'll play, you know, like play dead like a dog. By the way, guys, if you ever have a weapon, never point it at a pet. Like, holy crap, okay? So, of course, learning the law says Star Wars Outlaws final build, a crime against humanity. And again, this is real. This is a screenshot from the game. I don't know how the character continues to get uglier and uglier, but here we have it. This is just a horrific-looking face based on a beautiful woman. But again, they don't want to have beauty in their games anymore. We see Mr. Matty Plays saying, oh yeah, and the AI is a big problem in this game, and you can just see this absolutely moronic AI stuck in place, not even acknowledging her presence. I don't know what is going on with this speeder bike. It's just completely retarded. And then, of course, there's so many, guys. I've brought so many of these up here. Grim Hollywood said Star Wars Outlaws is 100% bug-free. Look at this mess.
Rad and dirty. Johnny gets me rad and dirty. If you get the gold edition like I got, you actually get a special, see the gold edition, like it says there? You get a special, you get to play as
these characters completely
guy.
Disappeared from the speeder bike. There's absolutely nothing there. And that's not the only example of it. We've seen ones like this where it's like absolutely dropping through the earth here, right through the map. Again, this wouldn't be a big deal if we hadn't seen this so many times with games that were pre-ordered, early access, games like Cyberpunk that released as buggy messes that the media covered for. But the crap that we're seeing, where she's thrown across the map, you try to do a stealth attack on somebody, and you just literally like drag across the entire freaking area. It's unreal. Like, how can you possibly try to justify the price that you spend, or that you're charging for this game, when you're releasing it in an incomplete, broken mess? Oh, this is so bad. Oh, AAA gaming right here, guys. Or I should say quadruple A, because remember, it is Ubisoft after all. Oh god, this looks so bad. Why? Why would anybody pay for this? Oh my god. Okay, now here's the funniest part. Stuttering Craig actually responded to Grum's talk about how there's been a massive amount of keys that went out to streamers, because, you know, there's a lot of people, 112,000 viewers watching it on Twitch. So Stuttering Craig quote tweeted this and said, I have an insider who works for high-traffic game stores in one of the most populated places in the US. They have 27 stores in that area, and there have been a total of 41 pre-orders for Star Wars Outlaws. 41. There is no hype for this game. Now, I'm inclined to believe this is true, because honestly, based on what we've seen from all the bugs, from the lack of enthusiasm, from the mainstream media shilling really hard, there is no way that this game is actually going to be profitable. I'm still saying Assassin's Creed Shadows is likely to make money, it's likely to do well, but this game does not have the same level of anticipation going into it. It just doesn't. I can't imagine this game is going to even sell a tenth the amount of copies that Black Myth Wukong has actually made. But we'll leave it right there. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'm going to go get some sleep, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.